everyone, so today I'm back with a brand review. You could call it a brand collection review because I've never really done like a Maybelline focus review, but today I'm really excited to announce that as I'm filming this, the Gigi Hadid collection with Maybelline has launched in Singapore. Not the full collection. I do believe by 1st Jan 2018 everything will be out, so maybe by then I'll give you an updated review on maybe different elements that come in. Maybe the Jet Setter palette will come in, or if I manage to get my friend to bring it back for me, then I will review it then. But today I'll be reviewing most of the things that have already come to Singapore. Simultaneously, I think they also launched the City Mini palettes, and I picked up this one. It's called Urban Jungle and it's more of a greeny tone, so I'll be using this in combination with all this. But a lot of people are getting a bit confused. This launch is not the same as the Gigi Hadid collection, so this is totally separate, and they do have like I believe 4 shades, but I picked up this green one because I thought it was really impressive, and you know, I just like green. So yeah, let's just try out the whole collection. Okay, for starters, this is the Strobe cream from Maybelline, and as you see here, it has kind of a peachy iridescent shift. I'm just putting it on half my face as a primer. I really like it. It's super moisturizing and it gives a natural glow to the skin. Moving on to the BB cushion, like I mentioned a little later, you will know why I'm a little bit disappointed with this product, but I'm just applying it to both sides of my face. First, starting out with the side with the actual primer or iridescent strobe cream, and I find that it gives a very natural iridescence to the skin, especially if you have dull and sallow skin. So shortly I'll show you a comparison with my bare skin versus the strobe cream and the cushion in combination with one another. You can see here there's a subtle sheen, and that's my bare skin. So just completing the look by completing the other side. The other side has no strobe cream, so it looks pretty natural. You can see the finish is super full coverage and it's pretty cool. Here I'm using the strobe liquid, and you can see it has a peach shift to it, which is really subtle and beautiful, just using it on the high points of my face. Moving on to this City Mini palette, and yeah, like I mentioned, it's not part of the Gigi Hadid collection, but it's pretty basic. I feel it isn't anything too dramatic, so it's great for beginners who are starting out, and I use like really peachy and neutral shades for this look. Okay, this eyeliner is pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's very fantastic in terms of what's comparative to the market, but it does the job and it's really fine a tip. Moving on to the mascara, it's kind of a 2-step process where you apply the mascara first, then you go over with the white color fibers, and then you go over with the mascara again to get maximum length. Here you can see the final result, and I think it's so good. Okay, lastly, moving on to the lipsticks. Here's just gonna be a swatch demonstration. These lipsticks are super velvety and matte. These are the nudes that Gigi Hadid curated. So the first 3 will be the nude selection and the last 3 will be the bolds. I find that this lipstick applies really well on its own. However, you do need a lip liner because it's hard to get the edges. But overall, I think the pigmentation's really bold. You do need to go over several layers, which makes it quite cool in the sense that you're able to get a slight tinting appearance and a really bold appearance if you want. But it's really ultimately depending on the user. So the bold shades I find to be really wearable and also suitable for many skin types. They lean kind of really closely to one another, but they have a different undertone to it. So if you are more olive skin, you can choose a different type of red that matches your skin tone. But ultimately, I recommend that you go in store to try the different undertones on your skin or maybe a little bit on your lips. But yeah, I just find the reds to be really similar, but the formulation is super good. It's kind of like a velvety matte, nothing too dehydrating or too crackly on the lips. And this is the consolidated swatches, and this is the final look. Alright, so that's my really quick review. As I was putting on the makeup, you guys basically saw and heard my inputs. I will do a voiceover because as you guys saw in my intro clip, this is a first impression, so I really wanted to test the formulation for the first time on my own and then give my inputs later on when I have had time to actually think about it. But overall, after trying everything, as a first impressions, if I had to recommend a couple of things from the line, I had to recommend a few things from her line, I'll definitely recommend picking up the lipsticks. This is the darkest nude, and it's a nude, but it's kind of like her take on the greigey trends, and this color is so beautiful. I love that it has a purple undertone. It's just really flattering and also very grungy looking, and it also gives a very urban vibe, which is very true to LA's culture. So that being said, the lipsticks are definitely one to really pick up, and surprisingly I really like the Strobe cream, which is kind of more of a peachy undertone. Already existingly, Maybelline does have Strobe liquids, but they're more of the pinky pearly shade and also like a, you know, a warm champagne shade. So this is a peachy shade, which is a really nice addition to their lineup. And also their mascara, surprisingly enough, I didn't think this would work because I thought it was a bit gimmicky. They have the Barbie eyes, the mascara as well, which works the same way with the fibers on one end and the formula of the mascara on the other. So if this does run out of stock, don't worry. I'm sure the Barbie one is the same, but this is pretty interesting. It has fibers on one end and it has a mascara on the other, as you saw in my demonstration, and I really like the formulation of the mascara. It's very lengthening. It's not too much volumizing, or it doesn't give additional curls to your lashes, but if for me personally, I already do have that length in my lashes, so this gave it even more length. And after that, you kind of go in with the fibers and then you go in with an additional coat of mascara, and it really lengthens. I'm sure you guys saw in the close-up my lashes look pretty long, so they're very natural and fluttery, nothing too volumizing, which is generally what I like to go for. I don't like too much volume in the lashes. It makes it look very clumpy, and I'm not one for clumpy lashes, so this is really lengthening and separating as well, which I thoroughly love. As for the cushion and the eyeliner, I think Maybelline do have similar products, and basically if you have a holy grail that you're already using, I don't think that these really kind of, I mean, you know, they're just everyday products that you can get elsewhere. With this cushion, some people are wondering whether or not it's really different from their existing lineup in terms of Maybelline cushions. I would say that this is a first impression, so I do have to give it a prolonged try, but this really reminds me of the Super BB Cushion Demi Matte version, which, you know, isn't too dewy, isn't really mattifying as well, but this just gives me a very skin-like vibe. It's a little bit, it's not very tacky, but it doesn't look like it's super wet. It doesn't look dewy at all. It gives kind of a skin-like finish with a matte finish, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is very similar to what's already out. As you guys saw, I tried the City Mini Palette in Urban Jungle, this kind of warm tone one. I didn't get to try the forest green because I wanted to kind of replicate a fresh faced Gigi Hadid look, and I just used the champagne and the pearl shade, and these two are really buttery, and when used with the sponge applicator, it does very nicely pack the color onto the lid, and I must say that it gives a very nice kind of subtle sheen to the lids, which is super natural and nothing too foiled or too out there. So people who want a starter kit for your eyeshadow looks, this is something to consider as well. But formulation wise, it isn't holy grail, or it isn't, you know, Natasha Denona standard, but it will do for people who are starting out. It's really compact and very everyday friendly. So that is my consolidated review on the Gigi Hadid Maybelline collection, and you guys probably know, people who are hardcore fans of Maybelline or makeup in general, this isn't the full collection. Re-emphasize, I do believe that they're bringing out more in January, but in December, this time around in 1st December, you know, these are the products that came out so far. So I'm really liking the collection. I'm not sponsored, this did not get sent to me. I rushed out immediately to pick it up because I'm such a fan and I really love the packaging as well. So yes, if you guys want to get this, it's available at Watsons, Guardian, Sasa, and anywhere you can get Maybelline basically. It just depends on when they stock it and when they kind of put it up on the stands. But I got mine at Clementi Mall in Singapore, and it's at a Watsons, and also I saw the Maybelline products also at Gem and Westgate as well, so you guys can go pick it up from those stores when it's out. And just in time, 1st December, you'll make it for Christmas if you want to give it to your friends as well. So that's all I have to say. I hope this video isn't too long, and if you guys want to see a very quick rundown of everything I used on my face, do check out my Instagram here, where I have a 1-minute video of how I achieved this look, which is basically what you just saw. But if you do want to revisit it, do check out my Instagram as well. And those people who have come from my Instagram to my channel, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!